Hello everyone. In this lecture, we will do some numericals based on Coulomb's law. Example 1 says two charges Q1 and Q2 are separated by distance r and apply a force F to each other. If both charges are doubled and distance between them is also doubled, find out the new force between them. So initially the charges are given as Q1 and Q2 and distance between them is r. For this separation, the force is given as F. The second instance, the charges are doubled. So the charges now become 2Q1 and 2Q2 and also distance between them is doubled. So we need to find the new force. We know that force between two charges is given as 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by r square. Keep in mind that here Q1 and Q2 means only the charges magnitude, not with their signs. But we also know that 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is called as k, and that value is equal to 9 into 10 power 9. So putting it back, we get F is equal to k Q1 Q2 by r square. That's the first instance. Next, the charges are doubled and the distance between them is also doubled. So we should find the new force in terms of old force. Let that force be F dash. So F dash is a new force. It is equal to k into the charge now is 2 times Q1 because it's been doubled. Both are doubled into 2Q2 by, even the distance between them is doubled. It becomes 2r the whole square is equal to, it will be k Q1 Q2 into 4 because 2 into 2 is 4 by 4r square. So from here 4 gets cancelled and what remains would be k Q1 Q2 by r square, which is same as F. Therefore the new force is same as the old force. Example 2 says 4-point charges QA, QB, QC and QD with some values. That is, charge at point A is 2 microcoulomb, charge at point B is minus 5 microcoulomb, charge at point C is again 2 microcoulomb and charge at point A is minus 5 microcoulomb. These charges are located at the corners of a square ABCD of side 10 centimeter. Question says, what is the force on charge of 1 microcoulomb placed at center of the square? So we look at a square and we'll call the 4 edges as the 4 points as A, B, C and then D. So each side is of length 10 centimeter. Charge at point A is plus 2 microcoulomb. So charge at point A would be 2 microcoulomb. Charge at point B is minus 5 microcoulomb. Charge at point C is 2 and then charge at point is minus 5 microcoulombs. So charge at point C, here it's again 2 microcoulomb. Charge at point D is minus 5 microcoulomb. Question says, what is the force on a charge of 1 microcoulomb placed at the center of the square? Center of square is a point where the two diagonals would intersect or cross each other. So this is one diagonal and this is another diagonal. The point will intersect. So this point here is called as center of this square, we call it as O. So charge placed here is 1 microcoulomb. So we need to find what is the force on this charge. We learned in previous class that in this case of different number of charges, each charge will exert a force on this charge. So charge value here is 1 microcoulomb. Charges at point A, point B and point C and point D, each of the charge would exert a force on charge kept at O. So we'll have 4 forces and then we need to add the forces using vector addition. So we'll find the forces one by one. Let's find the force because of charge kept at point A. Now the charges at point A and point O have same polarity. So A would repel charge kept at O away. So the force which A exerts on C would be in this direction. We will call this as F suffix A. So F suffix A is the force which the charge at point A exerts on charge at point O. Look at charge at point B. It's a negative charge. So this charge at point B will attract the charge kept at point O. So it will be an attractive force like this. Let us call that force as F suffix B. Similarly, charge at point C would repel O because of same polarity. So force on this would be in this direction. We will call this as F suffix C. And the force because of charge kept at point D will be an attractive force, and that will be towards the point charge D. We have 4 forces now. So the net force, we call it as capital F. The net force is equal to vector sum of each forces. This is called as principle of superposition of vectors. Now observe carefully, the magnitudes of forces Fa and Fc is equal because these two charges at A and C have same value and distance also remains same from AO or OC. Therefore, Fa is equal to Fc in magnitude but different directions. So these forces Fa and Fc will cancel each other. Similarly, the forces Fb and then Fd are equal in magnitude because the force which charge kept at point B exerts on O would be the same force as that which charge at point D exerts on charge at point O. They will be equal. So even this force Fb and Fd will cancel each other. So net force would become 0 in this case. Example 3 says 3 charges, each of charge Q, are placed at the corners of an equilateral triangle of side A. Find the net force on any one of the charges. So what is given here? The triangle where all sides are equal. So we'll call the edges or the points as point A, point B and then point C. In this case, the charges each of value Q are placed at the corners. So charge placed here is Q, charge placed here is also Q, and also charge placed here is Q. Since it is an equilateral triangle, all sides will have same length. It will be length L here, length L here and length L here. We need to find the force on any one charge. So let us find the force on any one charge. We will take that point as point C. So let us find the force on charge kept at point C. In this case, charges kept at point A and point B will exert a force on charge kept at point C, and we need to add those forces by vector addition. So let's first find the force which charge kept at point A exerts on charge kept at point C. Since the charges are same polarity, it will be an repulsive force. So the force which A exerts would be a force like this. We'll call this force as F suffix A. Similarly, the charge which at point P exerts would be a repulsive force like this. Even that will have the same value as Fa. We will call this force as Fb. Now Fa is given as K Q by L square. In terms of vector quantity, Fa would be K Q square by L square, and vector would involve direction also. It's along AC. Similarly, if you find the force Fb, even that would have same value as Fa only, which is K Q square by L square, but here it is along BC. We have two forces now, a force like this, a force like this, and a force like this, but these two have same magnitude. We need to find the net force. We know from the principle of superposition of forces, the net force, if you call as F, that force is equal to vector sum of the two forces. So to add them further, you can use any one law. Here, for two vectors, given the magnitudes and if angle between them is known, then the easiest law would be the parallelogram law of vector addition. So it says that if you have two vectors, then the resultant of two vectors in magnitude, which is called as R, that R is equal to, say, A square plus B square plus 2 into A into B into cos theta. Using that formula here, the resultant magnitude, which you call as F, this is equal to, it will be Fa square plus Fb square plus 2 into Fa into Fb into cos theta. Now remember here, Fa and Fb are same in magnitude, and also here what we write is only the magnitudes of the forces. Now we should know what is theta. We know that the angle made here would be 60 degrees. That means even here the angle made is 60 only, and cos 60 is equal to half. Therefore what we get would be F is equal to under root of, it is Fa square plus Fa square only, because Fa and Fb are same in magnitudes, plus 2 Fa square into half, because cos 60 is half. So from this 2 gets cancelled, and what remains would be under root of 3 times Fa square. That is equal to, Fa comes out into root 3. But Fa, we know what Fa is, so it will be root 3 into K Q square by L square. If we put the value of K, it becomes root 3 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q square by L square. So this is the required answer. Example 4 says two charges of magnitude plus 2 microcoulomb and minus 2 microcoulomb are placed at the corners A and B of an equilateral triangle ABC of side 10 cm. Find the magnitude and direction of the force experienced by a charge of plus 5 microcoulomb kept at the corner C. We'll first draw a triangle as given here. We'll call this as point A, this as point B, this as point C. There's A, B and C, and each side is given as 10 centimeter. The charges placed are plus 2 microcoulomb and minus 2 microcoulomb at the corners A and B. At C, the charge placed is plus 5 microcoulomb. So we'll put it back here. The charge at A was plus 2 microcoulomb, plus 2 microcoulomb. The charge at B was minus 2 microcoulomb, and charge at C was plus 5 microcoulomb. So question says, as given here, it says find the magnitude and direction of the force. It says magnitude and direction of the force on charge kept at C. So in this case, same as the previous examples, charges kept at point A and point B would exert a force on charge kept at point C, and we should add them to vector addition. We'll first find the force which charge kept at point A exerts on charge kept at point C. The charge at point C is 5 microcoulomb. Now here, charges at point A and point C have same polarity, so the force which A exerts on C would be a repulsive force. The force would be in this direction. We'll call this as F suffix A. But the charges at point B and point C have different polarities. So the force which charge at point B exerts on point C would be an attractive force. Hence, that force would be towards B, and we will call this as F suffix B. So we'll find out what these forces are. Fa would be K into two charges. Just write the formula once. Take Q1 Q2 by, let their separation be L. So in this case, it will be 9 into 10 power 9 into Q1 is 2 into 10 power minus 6. Q2 would be 5 into 10 power minus 6. The distance is 10 centimeter. So we can write that as 0.1 meter. So 0.1 whole square is equal to, it becomes 9 into, look at the powers now, there is 10 power 9, 10 power minus 12. So 10 power 9 minus 12 becomes 10 power minus 3. There's one 10 here because 2 into 5 is 10. So it becomes 10 power minus 2. So 9 into 10 power minus 2. This becomes 0.001. That is same as writing 1 into 10 power minus 2. So from here this gets cancelled, and the force A is 9 Newton. In terms of direction, it is along AC. It's a repulsive force. We'll find what is FB now. FB is equal to, we'll do directly, 9 into 10 power 9 into, it is 2 into 10 power minus 6 into 5 into 10 power minus 6 by distance square, which is same as 0.1 whole square. Do remember that in Coulomb's law, we put only the charge magnitudes, not with direction. So this is same as the previous value. Look at carefully. So even this also is equal to 9 Newton. In terms of direction, this FB would be 9 Newton. In terms of direction, it is along CB. It's an attractive force. So there are two forces now. You need to find their resultant. So resultant, we saw in the previous example that resultant is given by summation of Fa square plus Fb square plus 2 into Fa Fb into cos theta the whole under root. The angle between these two is very important. Since the triangle has all sides same, it means the angle here is 60 degrees. Since AC is a straight line, this angle here would be 120 degrees, and then cos 120 degrees is minus half. But Fa and Fb are same in magnitude. Therefore, we can write this as under root of Fa is 9 square, Fb is 9 square plus 2 into 9 into cos 120 is minus half. So from here, this gets cancelled, and this term is minus 9 square. So you can cancel this with this, or you can cancel 9 square with this. So finally what I get would be under root of 9 square only, that is same as 9 Newton. This is the magnitude. Direction of this. In this case, these two forces are of same value. Hence, the resultant would be at center of the two forces. So, the resultant, which is F, would be center like this. Because these two have same value, resultant would be at center of it. So the angle which F makes would be 60 degrees with Fb or 60 with Fa. That's the answer. Example 5 says 2 point charges A and B having charges plus Q and minus Q respectively are placed at certain distance apart and force between them is F. So you have two charges plus Q and minus Q and force between them is F. If 25% charge of A is transferred to B, find the new force between the charges in terms of old force. So let the charges be Q and minus Q, and let their separation be some R. So the distance between them, let it be R. In this case, the force is called as F. So from here, F is equal to K. It will be Q into Q only, because we take only magnitude. So Q square by R square. This is the old force. Now what is happening is, it says 25% of charge of A is transferred to B. So if you look at these as two objects, the charge going from here would be 25% of Q. So if you call charges as, we'll take as point charge only. So this is one charge here, this is one charge here, this is Q, this is minus Q. Now from here, the charge which goes would be 25% of Q. So what remains now would be different charges. We'll call that as Q1 and then Q2. So Q1 is a new charge out of Q, and Q2 is a charge out of minus Q. We'll find what is Q1 first. Now Q1 would be charge Q, and from a charge is going out. So what goes out would be 25%. So it will be 25 by 100 of Q. That is equal to, you can write this as Q minus 2 by 4. That will be 3Q by 4. You can do directly also, because if 20% goes, then what remains would be 3/4 of it, because 25% is 1/4 of it. So if 1/4 goes, then what remains is 3/4. So the new charge, which is Q1, that is 3/4 of Q. Now look at Q2 now, the new charge Q2, which is called as Q2 for this problem's sake. The new charge Q2 would be the old charge minus Q, plus from this 1/4 is gone. So it will be minus Q plus 1/4 of Q. The 1/4 from here is gone to the charge. That is equal to, it will be minus of 3Q by 4. This is what is Q2. It's again simple LCM. If we find the force in this case, we will call that force as F dash. That force is equal to, it will be K as it is into, the charges are 3/4 into Q, and the charge here is again 3Q by 4 because we take only the charge magnitudes by R square. If we divide F dash by F, so F dash by F is equal to, the constant gets cancelled. So what remains would be, it will be 3/4 Q, the whole square here, by Q square in the first equation, because K and R square gets cancelled. That is equal to, it will be 9/16 Q square by Q square, and from here this gets cancelled. So finally what remains would be F dash is equal to 9/16 of F. So this is a required answer. Thank you.